Hi, my name is Raven. I run DIYRaven.com. Haven't updated in a little bit, but it's mostly about sewing and DIY stuff because that's some of the stuff I'm into. But I'm actually coming on here today to talk a little bit about what I do for a living, which is I am a flight attendant. So I just made 5 years in June, so I figured I'd come on here and talk a little bit about it, at least from my perspective. Um, for anyone that's interested in maybe becoming a flight attendant, have always wanted to become one, um, offer as much insight, I guess, as I can. I want to try to make this at least kind of quick. Actually, I am in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada right now. So this is actually a hotel, which is pretty nice. Bathroom. They have a full kitchen, uh, living area, and the bedroom is super cute. Not only that, they have a washer and dryer. So believe me, they're not all like this, but this overnight is pretty nice. All right, y'all. I had to put the hair up and I had to sit down somewhere. So, um, I will say this probably because I have just reached 5 years, and every now and then I really am seriously thinking about going back to my old profession. So I'm probably gonna romanticize this a little bit. Is this the best job that I've ever had? Yes. Do I hate it sometimes or does it suck? For sure. Because I do have a degree, it really, you know, comparatively, like what I would make doing what I used to do versus now, um, I'm broke a lot. But the people that you meet, the places that you go, the experiences that you have, it's just worth it. Do I regret it? Not at all. So I guess. So the interview process usually begins with an open house or a cattle call, which is basically an airline will have certain cities that they're looking for people in that they'll have like a usually it's like at a hotel or something that they can gather a lot of people, and so it starts kind of off with like group interviews. They want to see if you can make a great first impression. So sometimes they'll have you get up in front of everyone and speak or ask certain questions like in a round table type setting, but they just kind of want to see like if you're super nervous, if you can speak in front of people because this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to because your job requires you to be there primarily for everyone's safety. So can you command a bunch of people to do something in case of an emergency? Also, just your everyday duties of getting on the PA and making announcements and calling out directions to people. So it's very important at an interview like that not to be a wallflower, which is it can be kind of tempting to do if there's like downtime and something like that. But even if they don't have anything going on, like let's say at the beginning with everybody setting up, it doesn't mean that they're not watching you. There's usually people that are around that are kind of just seeing how you interact with everyone because you may have a great group interview, but in between time, were you talking to people? Were you open? Things like that. So don't be a wallflower. But you can totally be an introvert because that's what I am. And, I've been here 5 years. So there is a book that I definitely recommend that talks about the interview process. It talks about things like what you should wear, um, things that they're probably gonna ask, or things that you should know, and some insight. It's available on Amazon, and I will definitely provide the link because I don't quite remember what it is offhand. But the book is worth its weight in gold. It has so many. There's glowing reviews on Amazon, and even though I haven't added my own review, I highly recommend it. Something that I cannot stress enough about what you need in this job is you have to be flexible because if you get into something like this, you have to realize that this is not only a job, but it is also a lifestyle. Because, for instance, like I'm originally from Houston, So that's where I had the interview. And at the time, they said they were hiring for the Houston base, but it was a huge possibility that I was not going to get Houston. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up based in California, but you know what? I was up for it. I was totally okay with that. Um, but a lot of people, like after ground school, after training, like a lot of people were super upset. A lot of people, there were like tears, but they tell you straight up that like in the interview, if you read on the website, they let you know that like you may not get your first choice, and you just have to be okay with that. um, some people do commute. Commuting basically means that you may live in one city, city or state, but you may work out of another city or state. Um, but that's really hard to do, especially if you just start out, because with a lot of airlines, you start out on call or on reserve. So that usually means that there are a certain block of days that you are basically available and that they can call you either between a certain block of time or it may be 24-hour call. And you have to be ready to go. It may be domestic, it may be 2 days, it may be 4 days, it may be international. You have to be ready to go to the airport maybe in like at least within 2 hours. So a lot of times, if somebody is commuting and they are on call, they usually have a crash pad. So before I get too deep, my main point of that is that you have to be flexible, you have to be super open. It's a good idea to have maybe a little savings before you start. Generally, a lot of times when you start, you'll be broke. And this is just a tip for this won't apply to everybody, but I'm someone that has resting bitch face. So I have to work, and also too, I'm that person that like all my expressions kind of come on my face. So just watch that, okay? Like if you're that type of person, just remember to, really smile, put it on. Because, or if there's like turbulence or something, like don't do what your face wants to do, you know what I mean? Like everybody's looking for to you, you know what I mean? Like so like I'm so good at it now, where like if we really like hit some serious turbulence, like my eyes don't widen anymore or do anything like that, because I just look super cool, because that's the first thing everybody's gonna do, is they're gonna look to you like, is this cool, is this okay, like are we gonna make it, and you just have your pleasant face, just keep smiling, and it'll be good. All right, so this is already getting much longer than I thought it would be, but I will say this: if you're gonna go interview, like seriously, good luck. If they do say, if you can make it like the first 6 to 9 months, because they do have a high attrition rate. This isn't for everybody, and you'll know once you get out there. But if you can make the first 6 to 9 months, it means that it's in your blood, and you can totally do it. But it will suck. It will be hard. It's not always easy. It's definitely not anything glamorous, and you'll definitely find that out. But at the same time, you'll see a lot of great things. You'll meet up with other flight attendants that you can go travel with them. And me and a couple girlfriends went to Amsterdam for 2 days. Like, who goes to Amsterdam for like 2 days? And like, we like stayed up all night, hang out like the red light district and like the bars around. But like, we can just kind of jump up and like, because you will be that person that can like hop on planes like people hop in cars and hop in buses. You know what I mean? You will have um, better office views than the majority of CEOs out there, you know? And to be very honest, even after doing it for a couple years, that view never gets old, The only person that'll have better views than you will be the the guys flying the plane up front. So anyway, again, that's what I was talking about, romanticizing it, because if I quit, I'm seriously gonna miss it. Um, but anyway, if you have any questions or want to know more or want to see more videos on the subject, like I don't mind. I'm just chilling here in Edmonton all day. So anyway, take care. Have a good one. Bye.